All right, so BKFC has been getting a lot bigger recently, bare knuckle boxing, and most of the big fights, at least, have been a lot of ex MMA fighters. Well, not some of them aren't fully retired, like MVP. But bro, it had me thinking because like, why doesn't UFC just buy it? They clearly, obviously, they make enough money to do it. Conor McGregor just bought stock in it, so I'm sure they could do something, or at least maybe not buy it, but do like one of the things that they did with WWE and work together. But anyway, let me know what you think about BKFC. And while you're down there, I'd appreciate if you could like, subscribe. We're close to 110 subscribers. But anyway, um, so I was looking at because the reason I even thought about this because TJ loves fights. He made a video about it. I think yesterday or the day before that about how Mike Perry went from kind of a meme to like one of the best bare knuckle boxing fighters in the world right now. And it's getting kind of big. Another thing that was obviously Conor McGregor buying stock in it or becoming one of the partners, I guess. I don't know what he did, but he bought part of it. And like, because BKFC, I feel like all of the big fights have been, you know, they've all basically been Mike Perry against another like UFC fighter. Whether it's MVP, Luke Rockhold, Eddie Alvarez, like those are the three that I can name off the top of my head. I'm sure there have been others, but like none of them have been as big as these ones. And I think, bro, it'd be so smart for UFC to buy them because number one, it'd be so much better for the fighters like Mike Perry, for example, or um, I guess like you know, I think a good one's like Bobby Green, for example. Like it increases fighters like longevities, like their careers, a lot, because after they're done and they're retired, they have like, they have somewhere else to go to. They can go to. Sorry, I thought my mic wasn't recording, but at least now, if they retire, like people like, Bobby Green, Mike Perry, Manel Kape said he wanted to go into bare knuckle boxing afterwards. All these like fighters who get dominated on the ground, but they are good fighters. Like I think a good one is Dustin Poirier. He never reached the belt, and every time like he loses a title fight, it's always the grappling. Like Habib, Oliveira, and then Islam. Probably saying probably is definitely going to happen, bro. I'm not gonna. This guillotine stuff it's not gonna happen. But anyway, um, yeah, like people like Dustin Poirier, these guys who are good boxers and great strikers, but just aren't very good grapplers. Like I think they do really well in BKFC, and after they're retired, they can go into BKFC and they can fight there, and it'd make a lot of sense. Like they'd be able to do really well, like Mike Perry is doing right now, where he was kind of a journeyman in the UFC, but he's doing really good in bare knuckle boxing. He's easily one of the best fighters right now. Like there's, you know, he's just way too good at bare knuckle boxing, and I think a lot of fighters after retirement would be able to fit that style, and on top of that, be able to make a lot of money. Because I think a lot of UFC fighters are talking about this now. Like, what do you actually do after you retire? Like, how do you make money? A lot of people are trying to figure that out. Like, again, Manel Kape talked about this again. He said he wanted to start his restaurant. He wanted to start doing BKFC after he retired. I think a lot of fighters are going to do that, and I think it just makes sense since all the fighters are going to do it anyway. Why didn't UFC just buy the company? Obviously, it's not as easy as I'm like saying it. It's, they're not just going to be able to just buy it and that's it. But I think buying it or holding it under the TKO company, I think that would make a lot of sense and be good for the company. Again, like it makes too much sense since all the UFC fighters are planning to go to BKFC after they retire anyway. And especially people like Dustin Poirier, they're big names. Like they're gonna sell a lot of tickets if they fight someone like Mike Perry. And if they promote it properly, I think BKFC could be a big thing. Even though me personally, I think it's kind of boring. Um, I thought the Mike Perry versus MVP fight was kind of boring as well. But I only really care about the fights if there's someone in there that I do care about, and that's it. But yeah, that's it for BKFC. Because I thought it was interesting because Minel Kape brought it up on the Jackson podcast, which is really good. Apart from that, UFC 301 is today. That is exciting. Bro, I've actually bought into the Steve Erceg hype. I still think Pantoja is probably going to win. but I don't know. I think Ursa could pull it off. And the Gene Silver fight got cancelled, which sucks, bro. That was like the fight I was most hyped for. Some other stuff. X Defiant finally got an announced release date, which is insane. Like it took almost 2 years, but yeah, that's like next month. I'm excited for that. Um, After that, I guess. Oh yeah, the Kendrick and Drake. This is what the hell. Bro, I feel so sorry for Drake. He actually dropped a good track, and then Kendrick cooked him, bro. That's crazy. Even though they're saying Drake made up the like daughter thing, I don't even think it matters, bro. The other stuff was kind of crazy. But yeah, that's that whole diss stuff is insane, bro. I don't know. I don't think Drake is gonna respond if I'm being honest after this. I think this is it. It's just over. Like, oh, like what is Drake gonna say apart from I made up the thing? Um, but yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching.